Well, it's one of those days to put on your Chase Elliott PSDs and shit your pants. This is the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. I'm Buddy Pulley.
Chase Elliott, baby.
And he's Seth Dolby. And this is the Big Motor Small Blade podcast, as I said, post Nashville, NASCAR, as they call it. Seth, we survived NASCAR.
That is one way of putting it, yes.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get into that whole debacle later on in the video. But I guess we'll jump right into it before we talk about anything that happened throughout the weekend. There was a lot of news that happened off the track. One sad thing that happened, Bruton Smith, we lost him at the age of 95 this week. Obviously, Bruton had a huge impact on the sport. I think I said on Twitter, he was the king of no risk, no reward. And, you know, his ideas and philosophies and, you know, just his impact will, you know, be around for generations to come and forever. And it's already instilled in that whole company at SMI, you know, to bring the sport to new heights. I mean, that's the reason we have things like the Roval, the All-Star Race, Bristol Dirt, you know, night racing. I mean, just all these things that wouldn't have been a thing if Bruton Smith didn't just have the go-get-'em attitude and just had the ideas that he had and just the balls to do it and execute.
Yeah. Bruton about single-handedly shaped what NASCAR has been for the past 25 or 30 years. Yep. Like, just by deciding we're going to open a track in a new market. Didn't always end up perfect, but he was, you know, the gumption was there to push it forward and try and push us through.
Yeah.
And that it's amazing where it's amazing to think about where we'd be right now if Bruton wasn't like that, or we didn't have him or whatever, you know. It's hard to even imagine.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough loss. It's a big loss in the sport. I mean, Bruton obviously hadn't been too terribly involved with, you know, that operations over there for a long time, but it's still, you hate not seeing him at the track, you know. Hall of Famer, yeah, pioneer of the sport, Hall of Fame, inductee, and like you said, I mean, just his impact and is felt today. Things that he did 30, 40 years ago. I mean, he opened Charlotte Motor Speedway. He started the Coca-Cola 600. He had the idea, let's put a race the same day as the Indianapolis 500. I mean, you know, things like, you know, one of the ultimate feats in motorsports is the double, and that wouldn't be possible without him. And he kind of created that. So tough loss. Obviously thinking about the Smith family, but Bruton will live on through all of us.
Keep that in mind when we start bitching about his company later on.
Yeah. But the mistakes aside that they've made in recent history, just Bruton, if you're out there listening, thank you from the race fans.
Yeah.
We
love you, man.
But we do. Anyway, on a little bit lighthearted note, Martin Truex has been stirring up the media during the offseason. Then he kind of went cold there for a while about his retirement. Prospects, I guess we'll put it. And last week we heard that we made a big fuss about how he should just go ahead and retire because he's already talking about it. And if you're already talking about it, you just need to go ahead and do it. And then he puts out press release, 3 words. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. So Martin Truex is coming back for 2023 for Joe Gibbs Racing.
I think he was playing us the whole time.
Yeah, I think it's either that or Joe Gibbs maybe came to the conclusion that, maybe my grandson needs to get his ass whooped in Xfinity another year before I send him to Cup. But yeah, so Truex will be around at least another year. So it's good for Truex fans. And then he gave him a good outing at Nashville. It looked early in that race like it was going to be one of those Martin Truex races where it's going to he was going to lead 90% of the race, and it was going to be the most boring 3 hours of our lives. But it didn't turn out that way.
I was starting to think, I was like, man, it's just something about contract talks. It really weighed people down, man.
It really lights a fire in people. I mean, dude, Martin, someone said it best on Twitter. They were like, I don't even have a problem with Martin Truex, but just when he wins, it's always the most boring 3 hours of my life. And that's kind of how I feel. But maybe we'll see him dominate a couple more races before he calls it quits.
I would put money on that. Yeah.
yeah, I would too. Speaking of money, Fox wants the All-Star race moved. So a rare win for Fox.
Very rare.
Yeah, very rare. I'm glad they stepped up and said it. They want it moved around every year. That's what probably should happen. I don't think it will happen, but do I think them wanting it moved will get it moved from Texas? I think it will.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's a big win. Big
Charlotte
win if
Motor
that comes to
here
fruition.
We come.
I wish.
Well,
wish they'd come back to Charlotte.
I think it'll either be Charlotte or it'll be like Atlanta. That's my guess.
Yeah, and either or would be good. I mean, I'd even say if you could get the shit figured out, Nashville, that we'll talk about. I mean, and Nashville would be a great place to host the All-Star race.
It would be, but the timing is weird because I would imagine they would want to keep it around the same time they have it now.
Yeah. I mean, you could even
it'd just be like a month before the actual race.
You could do it where you could like do a double header almost. Like you could do a Saturday night, the All-Star race, and Sunday, the Cup race. I think that would be fun.
I've always wanted them to do that because I've always felt like putting a whole week for the All-Star race is kind of,
especially when it's not in Charlotte. With Charlotte, it made more sense. Whereas, going all the way out to Texas or even just going to Bristol, which that was a different situation. So maybe that doesn't really.
That was a Wednesday.
Yeah, that was a Wednesday. I
bring that up every time we talk about it. That is the
weirdest thing, dude, that we went to a race on a Wednesday. That is like, that'll be like a trivia question. That'll be like the 500-pointer on Jeopardy one day. Like,
and how many Wednesday races did we have that year? Little side tangent.
Like 4 or 5. I remember Martinsville. We had the Darlington. We had the Charlotte. We had the All-Star race. Yeah.
It was a weird year, man. It was a weird year.
Yeah.
We had a Thursday night race. You remember that? Kansas,
yeah.
Yeah. That was, anyway.
Happy, you remember that Thursday night Kansas race? Yeah. Anyway, Happy's just happy I'm home. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Maybe another potential All-Star host would be North Wilkesboro. Dale Jr. is going to run the late model race there August 30th through 31st. He's going to run is it late? I think it might be the Cars Tour. I don't know exactly. So make sure you go out and support North Wilkesboro whenever that does happen. Dale Jr.'s he tested and he formally announced that he's gonna run. So make sure you go out August 30th, 31st. It's like a Tuesday or Wednesday. So there we go with Wednesday races again. But go out, support the Speedway, support North Wilkesboro.
If you can't make it that weekend or that weekday, find another weekend. There's going to be dirt. Find some time to get out to North Wilkesboro if you're in the area.
Lots of cool things coming at Wilkesboro, and just good to see him back. Getting a lot of press, and it's a lot of big names are getting behind it. Normally that doesn't happen. Normally it's like, all right, it's back, and that's kind of all you hear about. But now we're getting probably the next Cup Series owner gonna race in the late model race. Dale Jr. talking about going to Cup. Yeah. That came out that we heard talks about this before, but it seems like they're really trying to get the ball rolling on getting a Cup team started. In fact, Kelly Earnhardt said they could possibly be in some races starting in 2023. they run part-time.
That brought up, I think you and I were talking about Hendrick running a handful of races in Xfinity this season, and I brought up the possibility that they're gearing up for needing to have their own team down there.
Yeah.
Due to not having Junior Motorsports, and now we get this, and I'm starting to think that's actually the case. I would imagine Rick and Dale have been talking for a little bit about this, and Rick or Jeff Gordon decided they needed to get the ball rolling on that program. So
yeah, I'm curious to know what that would do with their relationship. Like how would there be an obvious alliance? I wonder if it would be like, I wonder if it would be like a 2311 relationship with Gibbs.
Yeah,
which is something that we need to talk about here later.
Probably better pit crew though, because Rick actually likes Dale apparently.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool it'd be big for the sport to have Dale in Cup. Be an owner in Cup. I hate talking about DEI and be like, oh, we're bringing DEI back. And I hate that because DEI was an absolute shit show there towards the end. But it would be almost like, it would be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Things would kind of seem like they'd come full circle where Junior finally gets to be a Cup owner. And he's did it on his own, which would be cool. Josh Berry, obviously probably the top pick for the driver. Junior said he wanted Josh Berry in the car if they ran Cup. Josh wants to run Cup. He's been very vocal about that the past week or so. And obviously this comes out about Junior, so we see the writing on the wall that it's going to happen. So
yeah,
potentially a new Cup team. Obviously going to have to find a charter, but I'm sure if Dale Jr. wants one, he'll get one.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I would assume they'd be looking to get to 2 teams at some point, maybe 3. I guess Denny said 3 is
the sweet spot.
3 is like the sweet spot due to however many people you have to hire or whatever.
Yeah.
But so that opens up a door in a couple years for a guy like maybe Sam Mayer.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Noah Gregson for a little bit. I still think there's probably a door open, a way for him to get in at Colleague, but if that doesn't happen, there's a way in here, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it opens up a lot of possibilities for a lot of guys.
I don't think I would imagine Noah's top prospect to maybe get a Cup ride next year, but
no, probably not next year, but within the next couple of years, I would imagine.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was kind of it for as far as midweek or off track topics. Truck Series race at Nashville Friday night. Ryan Preece got the dub there. No surprise there. I mean, really, he won there last year, and he's not named Carson Hocevar, so it wasn't really a surprise. Zane Smith took over the points lead with the second place finish. Really, not much happened in the truck race that I can remember. John Hunter wrecked himself across Carson Hocevar's nose. So that will be interesting to watch to see if John Hunter can accept responsibility for that. He hasn't been doing too many smart things on the racetrack lately. But
John Hunter and being a dumbass. Name a better duo.
Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs getting into it. That's another great duo, which happened in the Xfinity race. Again, Nashville's an interesting track because Cup, it's produced good racing, and it's not bad racing for Xfinity or trucks, but it hasn't been it's not fantastic. The Xfinity race, it was kind of not much happened. Justin Allgaier kind of just rubbed his nuts all over the field all race long, and got the win. What's that? Second win of the year. Yeah, because his first was Darlington. Second time we've seen Allgaier win this year.
Oh, I haven't seen him at all.
Oh yeah, you weren't even. Oh, son of a bitch. Maybe it's me. And then Ty Gibbs and Sam Mayer got into it. And
that must be you as well.
Yeah, that must be it too. That was interesting because Sam got into him. Not really. I thought it was maybe on purpose, but it wasn't. And then Ty was very mature about that situation, which was shocking.
Yeah.
We saw him. He passed Sam back clean as could be, and then got out of the car and basically said, "I can't be mad about it. I did the same thing to the 39 at Vegas." And I'm like, "Whoa, who wrote that line for him?"
Someone's been getting in his ear recently. To have been.
They fucking need to, you know. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he thought he was getting that cup ride, and then Joe's like, "No, you're not getting it. We're putting Martin back in that car another year, and you're gonna sit here." And he's like, "Well, shit. Now I really gotta clean up my act." Maybe that's my theory. That's what I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But as far as that goes, that was pretty much it for Xfinity. Getting into the Cup race.
Do we want to get into the race first? We want to get into the bullshit first.
Let's go ahead and talk about the race. I feel like that's going to be the short stick on what we're talking about. The race. I mean, I thought it was a fine race. It wasn't a barn burner by any means. I think
there were moments that were kind of like barn burner to me, but the whole of it wasn't anything terribly special.
I mean, I know you've been writing home about the 3 wide between who was it? It was Harvick, Truex, and Chastain, or 3 wide for 3 or 4 laps.
Was it Chastain or was it Hamlin? I don't remember.
Pretty sure it was Chastain.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That was super fun to watch. Honestly, there were a lot of good multi-lap side-by-side battles. I loved that. That was a lot of fun.
Once they got strung out though, it was hard to pass.
I mean, that's racing. It wasn't like it was easy racing, to pass a year ago.
No, but this seemed like more aero than it did last year.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what I had said this a few weeks ago.
You could not bury that thing down in the corner on the bottom.
Yeah,
that was very hard to do unless you had fresh tires.
It might have been the Gateway, right after Gateway, that I said I was a little bit worried about Nashville just due to the size and the lower banking on it, and I was a little bit worried that we would have a little bit of aero issues.
It's one of those things that could go either way.
And it was weird because like tire wear at certain points tire wear didn't seem like it was a big deal at all, and then other points it seemed like it like the 5 and the 9 coming out of the rain break, those two they carved through the field.
Yeah.
Now I don't really remember how old everybody's tires were at that point, but I mean they passed guys that were ahead of them. Yeah. They carved right through the field. They passed guys that were ahead of them. They passed guys that were ahead of them that also
prior, yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end of the race, the top 6 guys had stayed out, and they all pretty much stayed there.
It was more than the top 6.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was like the top 10. Or I think Busch restarted 11th, and he was the first car on fresh tires.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it really didn't change that much, and like Kyle Busch and Truex ended up way back. So
yeah, which that was due to they fucked up.
Yeah, of course they did.
But
the Gibbs crew.
Well, no, it wasn't because of the crew.
I know.
It was because, yeah. Track conditions definitely cooled off with the rain. Obviously, we got the race going, and then we had 17 lightning delays, and then they just let it go after a while because there was lightning the whole fucking rest of the race. Yeah, it was an absolute downpour, and then it was lightning like the rest of the race.
Yeah, I mean, I do think
maybe it was outside of the range. I don't know.
I do genuinely think it was outside of the range, but
heat lightning. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But no, as far as the racing goes, like I would have liked to seen it run when it was supposed to be run, and see if that would have had a different impact on it. Because track conditions cooled down at least probably 30 or 40 degrees after the rain.
To my eyes now. Okay, for what it's worth, I started falling asleep before the rain delay.
Seth.
But not necessarily because the race was terrible. I just hadn't slept in well over 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember that much of that, but I don't remember the racing getting that much better when it went dark, but I don't remember it getting much worse either. All I remember is that it was a whole lot cooler and I was so much more comfortable and it looked cooler. I can tell you that. It looked fucking cooler. That was the first time we'd ever sat in a spot with a next gen car where I'd been perfectly behind the car when they would get into the corner, and to see both sides light up when they would get out of the throttle, that was cool.
It was kind of the first time this year that I had gotten to see like the true speed of the next gen car, or like see it.
It was the first time I got to hear it like full bore down the straightaway too.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've been to Martinsville and Richmond and obviously Bristol Dirt. Talladega is a little bit different, and we went to Darlington, just where we were sitting. But yeah, it was interesting, and it was, God, saying it all year, but they sound great. But back to the racing. Yeah, back to the racing. I feel like Nashville could be one of those tracks, and I said this a couple weeks ago, where we could take the diffuser off at like some of, the tracks we did the 750 package, years prior. I feel like we could do that with the diffuser. And I feel like Nashville might be one where you might want to take it off, because I felt like the racing was held back because of aero. Kyle Busch talked about it a lot. Happy to get out of there.
I think you clean that up. I don't think gear ratio was a problem this weekend. They kept them wound up enough. But like you take that off, and then for the smaller tracks you just fix the gear ratio. I think we have a fantastic product all the way around if we just do those two things. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. And
maybe some softer tires.
Yeah, I just did. Yeah, softer tires for sure. I thought tire wear was okay here, but it just had to throw Happy in the bedroom. He was being a nuisance to the world. But yeah, I thought tire wear was fine. Like I said, though, there's a difference between it being hard to pass because it's just hard to pass because, guys, it's a racy track, which it was a racy track, but I would have liked to seen – it seemed like it was easy for a car to get stuck in the wake of another car. Like I noticed this with was it Harvick? No. But maybe, I don't remember who it was I noticed really, but a better example would probably be this, like Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. It was basically whoever got out in clean air was going to win the race. You couldn't pass.
Yeah.
It was very hard to pass. So that needs to be, like I said, I think there's some work to be done with that in that department. As far as,
I mean, like Harvick, when he was in second, was able to hold off guys for a while. And then when they finally got by him, he got passed by a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we've seen that before, but not usually at like an intermediate track unless it was like the 550 package or something. But so yeah.
Yeah. That'd be the only gripe. Other than that, I mean, I think Nashville, one thing it's got going for it is it has produced 2 solid races in the 2 cup races that we've had there, which is good. Chase Elliott obviously won the race, and he got out of the car, and one of the first things he says was, "This is cool, but I'd rather be at the fairgrounds," which I agree with him. I'd rather be at the fairgrounds. I'd be okay with both of them really having a date, but that's just me. But
I don't know. They
care to add anything?
They got to fix some stuff at the super speedway fan wise to get me on board as far as doing that over the fairgrounds or doing that with the fairgrounds even.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see the fairgrounds back. Like I said, they got some logistical issues that we'll get to. Chase Elliott wins the race, second win of the year. Beats Kyle Busch. They had a kind of ongoing duel throughout the race. Kyle Busch, they ultimately probably made the wrong pit call there. Kyle Kyle, and a bunch of other guys pitted, came out 10th, and Chase Elliott, who was already leading the race, lined up with Kurt Busch, who was running, 5th, 6th before the caution.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. The caution like 5, 6 to go.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Wasn't it because it was 77 blew up?
Yeah, that's what it was for.
Yeah, so ultimately, wrong pit call was made by Kyle Busch, Ben Bayshore. Sir Dalton Good made that very clear.
I don't think they would have won anyway, though. Chase Elliott was really good on restarts all night. I don't think he was going to get him.
Well, Kyle beat him on a restart.
Maybe one.
I thought Kyle got the. Yeah, I mean that's all it takes. He could have done it again. I put anybody up against. I put Rowdy up against anybody on a restart. Big Kyle Busch guy right here. But yeah, Chase Elliott wins. Yeah.
Do I own that? Not yet, Mr. Mouse.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I hate you. Your fucking isms always fucking get me screwed up. Bubba Wallace's pit crew. That's what I was about to talk about. Yeah. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, absolutely fucking terrible.
I feel like this is the deadest of dead horses we could possibly beat, but
it's every fucking week.
It's every
Bubba
week.
Bubba literally, they have a bad stop. Bubba had a top 5 car today, or the other day, whenever it was. One practice, had a top 5 car. They have a terrible pit stop, and Bubba's like, "Don't fucking talk to me the rest of the race." They asked him about adjustments. He didn't say anything. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's immature." No, dude, bro has had so many opportunities to just have a good run. And you know how big that would be for him just to consistently run well? He should be consistently running in the top 10, but he's consistently not being able to do that because his crew is absolute fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. And we kind of talked about this on the way home. It's like, really, like they're 2311 pit crew. They get them for Gibbs. Like,
yeah.
Denny's got it. When do you cut bait with that? Like, Denny's got to be wondering.
Cutting bait entirely is a tough thing to do because you have to
cut bait with the pit crew side of things. I know you can't do that, but
I'm even just the pit crew side. You have to it's one of those things you would have to build up inventory, and I say that it sounds a little weird, but you'd have to build up that part of your program and then cut bait. And I don't know how Gibbs would react to that. I don't know how that would work contract wise or anything. It would take you a while to get your own guys up to snuff.
Well, start working out.
I mean, yeah,
start working on it.
I would, because
if I'm Denny Hamlin, I'm fucking pissed. This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
If I'm team owner Denny Hamlin, and I say that just because Denny has like two sides to what he does. If I'm team owner Denny Hamlin, I'm going into Gibbs the day after, so I would have done it yesterday, and I'm laying it out like this is
why does guys. Gibbs themselves have the 4 best pit crews on pit road, and then the pit crew members they're training for 2311 are just absolute shit? There's no way that's a coincidence. One, it's definitely the worst guys, and two, like clearly we've seen this with Gibbs before. Clear, blatant sabotage.
It's like they're worried.
Nothing less than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're worried about another one of their satellite teams beating them in a championship.
Exactly.
It has to be.
This is second or third time. I mean, we saw Furniture Row. They win the fucking championship, build their way up, win the championship, and the next year they're going out of business because Gibbs forced them out of business. Same thing that happened with Levine Family Racing. I mean, they never even got a shot.
Yeah.
First of all, and Gibbs was like, "Nope, you're out, done." Now he has 2311, and you gotta think. I mean, I believe Denny Hamlin's smarter than to let that happen. And things are obviously different with the new car. But it's pretty clear what's going on here. Like if you're got cotton in your ears because you don't want to believe what's happening. I mean, this is sabotage. I don't know what else you could call this. I mean, it's literally something that's been an ongoing trend with Joe Gibbs. Like he's not, I hate to say this, but he's not the fucking great person everybody says he is. He's not about the people. He's about the business. Like,
I mean, you don't get to where you're at without being about the business. But
yeah, exactly. And people don't look at that enough. And he's about the wrong side of business, the not good side of business. I mean, he's sabotaging other teams for selfish reasons.
Well, and I wonder even why they even bother with this. If all they're doing is, I guess, they collect a paycheck and still give
exactly.
Them
they
stuff.
Make money. Honestly, it's kind of on the teams that are. It's a benefit to those teams in a sense, but it's always gets to the point to where it makes no sense for the satellite team to be doing what they're doing anymore, and they're forced to shut down. I don't think that's going to happen with 2311, but I think Denny definitely needs to reevaluate this relationship he has with Gibbs, because he's not getting really much out of it from what I see.
Yeah,
obviously he's getting cars and parts and stuff, and they've been able to help out with supply shortages and whatnot. But once they get on their feet and get going, I don't see how Denny doesn't try to weave his way out or in a more independent situation.
Yeah, I mean, we saw with 2311. They don't have, they're not in danger in the same way that like Levine or Furniture Row was. Furniture Row went under because 5 Hour Energy pulled out, and yeah, I mean, ultimately it was because Gibbs was making it too expensive, but that's what killed them.
Yes,
they couldn't do it anymore. Levine, I don't remember if they had a sponsorship or whatever it was, but they were probably
make sense for them.
They were probably getting overcharged from the beginning, because Gibbs knew at that point, like, hey, we could still do this to make money, but we can't do this so well that they beat us.
Yeah.
I bet they were embarrassed. I bet they were embarrassed they got mollywopped by the 78 team in 2017.
Yeah. It just 2311 can stand on their own. Those other teams couldn't necessarily.
Yeah.
And so I think Denny needs to really, really look at that, because he's not. It's gonna hold that team back. They have fast cars, but you could have the fastest cars of the world. If you have the worst pit crew on the universe, you will never win.
It's one of those things. I would almost say go ahead and bite the bullet, and next year do your own thing, because you have Kurt Busch, who is essentially a pay driver. He's a great driver, but he's self-funded.
Yes.
Monster will be with him no matter what. You have an incredibly marketable driver like Bubba Wallace that will not have trouble finding sponsors anymore. Not for at least a while. He will not have trouble
turning down sponsors last year.
Exactly.
Now he's a winner and he's running better.
Yeah. They will not have trouble finding sponsors for him.
Running better when his pit crew doesn't suck. Sorry.
Well, yeah. It'll be rough starting out doing your own thing. And mostly what you need, it's all people oriented. The parts and everything that comes from everybody else, but it'll take a while to build up your own groups of people, and they probably just need to go ahead and start doing it. Bless your face.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would almost say bite the bullet and start working on it next year.
Something, man.
Because you're not going to get any. I don't think you're going to get much farther with Gibbs unless Denny has like a, pardon the pun, I guess, come to Jesus meeting with Joe, be like, hey, this is fucking bullshit. We've been together for this long now, and you're giving me this horse shit over here.
Nothing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Denny, I'm letting Joe know, like, this is unacceptable and this is bullshit. Like every hour, I'm gonna text him that. I'm gonna have it like set up. Yeah, set an alarm, text him, like, he needs to wake up to 15. This is horse shit. This is unacceptable text.
I mean, hell, just leave a note on his door. They live next door to each other. Fuck it.
I'd be putting
in the messenger pigeon to Joe's house.
There you go.
Something else that's bullshit. The no caution at the end of the race. Chase is coming to, I guess he was probably middle 1 and 2 going. When Brad Keselowski gets into the wall and is crawling down the front straightaway.
Yeah.
Tires blown out, sparks flying. Clearly shit's probably flying off the car. And they don't throw a yellow. And NASCAR gave an explanation as to why they didn't throw a yellow. They kind of called back to the All-Star race where they admitted they made the wrong decision, which kudos to them, I guess, for admitting they fucked up, which who would have thought that would ever happen?
Yeah. Already happened. It don't matter now.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, we didn't want to make 2 wrongs. That wouldn't have been a wrong. We've said this before. They do the right things just in the wrong situations.
Well, then it's not the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, it was stupid because they literally called a caution. Like one of the other few cautions for calls that happened in this race, when the 77 basically did the same thing, just not as bad, and they threw a yellow like that.
I thought he blew up though.
No, this was before he blew up.
Oh, well, I guess.
Yeah. It's just, I don't want to be that guy, but you have to look at who's in the lead. And
well, I'll play devil's advocate a little bit. You can look at who's in the lead, and I think that's 100% fair.
Yeah, it's 100% what happened.
It's 100% what happened, but also it's like we've been out there for like 8.5 hours at this point. I think that has to have something to do with it too.
When has that ever stopped them before? Like any other time NASCAR would jump to the opportunity to have a green-white checkered.
Yeah, I don't know.
But now all of a sudden that a certain car is leading, we don't do that. That irks the hell out of me. Would he have still probably won? Probably. Like, does this have anything to do with the fact that I have a certain disdain for this certain Disney character? No. But
well, probably a little bit.
Yeah, probably a little bit. But it's bullshit. Like, I mean, you could say, yeah, maybe it wasn't warranted of a caution, but all we want is consistency. All we've ever been saying is consistency. And it's just here, like, I don't know. We're beating a dead horse, but it was just another example, and it was magnified by the fact that it was clear as to why the caution was not thrown. Yeah. It was clear that,
buddy, NASCAR doesn't do things to benefit Chase Elliott. They threw an SRX fun caution at the Daytona Road Course with like 20 to go last year.
Oh, yeah.
That means they could never, ever do that for Chase Elliott because they like kind of did something silly one time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess we all forget how they
rigged the 2019 Roval for him.
That I still don't believe that entirely, but
100%.
No, I was referring to the fact that, they decided not to black flag him at the Roval last year, which, again, I would have loved for that bumper to come off and fly into the grandstands and hit somebody, and then we talk about that.
No, it wouldn't even need to make it that far. It just need to make it to the infield. But anyway.
Yeah. Either way.
Conversation.
Yeah, different conversation. Either way, it's just like I said, all we want is consistency, and we're never gonna get it. I don't know why we're beating this horse, but
no, I mean, we don't get it in any other sport, any other series anyway. Like, I mean,
no, we don't.
F1 last year decided their title because of some bullshit. Football's not consistent. Hockey.
If you're gonna do this shit for the sake of entertainment, do it every time. That's all I ask. If it's bullshit or not, do it every time.
Yeah.
At least we could count on it. I'd rather be counting on the bullshit than not
knowing.
Exactly. It'd just be an absolute farce.
Well, and this one's like Kozlowski's car was just like hobbling down the back straightaway when the whole field went by too.
Yeah, hobbling down the back stretch, shit's flying off the damn car, going down the front straightaway. He's crawling in turn one.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
it was stupid.
It was really dumb. That was. I mean, that was pretty much the race right there. Yeah. Alex Bowman might have a new T-shirt made. Corey LaJoy is a really good race car driver, according to him. But
we forgot to talk about Chase Briscoe.
He's not worth my time.
No,
we don't want to. Stupid.
That was really stupid.
Super Chase. Yeah. I think we can retire Super Brad and we can give it to Chase Briscoe now. It's Super Chase. So anyone who listens to this podcast, thank you for listening. I don't know why you listen. It's Chase Briscoe will be now referred to as Super Chase.
On 10-4. Texas size 10-4. Good there, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, sir. NBC sounds like they had a good broadcast.
Sounded like they had a fantastic broadcast from everything I heard.
I saw a clip of them kind of demonstrating how the new center lock wheel works and everything, and the gun, and that was really informative and really great because I never knew any of that stuff for the most part, and it was a lot because no one ever covered it.
Yeah,
the people who were supposed to be bringing that to us didn't. So appreciate NBC for that. I'm excited to watch it this week at Road America. Thank goodness I'm able to come home and watch it at Road America, and I didn't die of a fucking heat stroke in Nashville because it was 100 degrees, and we couldn't bring coolers in, and they have 4 fucking gates. They have 4. You have a NASCAR Cup Series race. You have to do better.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. We saw how many people pass out or have to receive medical attention.
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
I was surprised it wasn't more than that.
Exactly. Which medical attention was seemingly nowhere to be found. I mean,
we saw one person get helped away, and after that we had nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing outside the track as far as that goes. We saw some inside once you got through the gate, but here's the problem. Once you got in gate, that wasn't the problem. The problem was you were standing outside. How long did we stand in that line to wait to get into the track?
Over an hour.
Over an hour, we stood in line to wait to get into the track.
Yeah.
And we got into the track, into our seats on the last pace lap.
We weren't even to our seats. We were right.
Yeah.
We were just barely in the grandstand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to have only clear bags and nothing else, why was this a problem?
Yeah.
Why that was the whole purpose of it, I thought, was one for, I guess, to keep out unwanted items, and then 2, to expedite the process of getting in the racetrack. It did not do that, so that was pointless. You made us not bring coolers in, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It's a safety hazard. Let's be real here. It's a safety hazard.
What?
Not letting people bring coolers in when it's 100 fucking degrees outside.
I thought you say bringing coolers in with safety.
No.
Yeah, no, it is a safety. It is absolutely a safety hazard. I mean, because you are basically saying, okay, you are, what if, you could afford to go to a race and you can afford to, pay for the tickets to go to the race, but times are tough. Maybe it's hard to afford to,
$4 a
$5
bottle
or $6 fucking drinks and shit. No, you can't bring that in. No, can't do it. It's a safety hazard. It's a blatant disregard for, your oil fans. And then also, they finally, at the end of it, they went into fuck it mode. They didn't check my damn ticket. I did not get my ticket scanned.
Neither did I.
Coming into the track. No one checked my bag, and no one scanned my ticket coming into the racetrack.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all these policies they put in place were worthless because they failed on their end.
And then during the rain delay, they didn't have anybody out there.
No, no one was there.
We went out and
I went out and got my cooler, not clear cooler, out of my car and brought it back into the racetrack
without ever getting checked in or out.
No, nothing.
Yeah,
it was an absolute farce. It was lawlessness at that point. I mean, the race fans did a better job of keeping control of the whole situation than anyone at the track did. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous, dude.
The fans were the only people. Fans were the only people taking, helping out the people who were having trouble.
It was all these stipulations and all these rules and all these, workarounds to do whatever. We all know it was to make more money. They gave a completely other reason for everyththing.
It's not just bullshit. It's a lie.
And exactly.
The reason is anything other than we want to make more money.
Yeah. Everything they put in place worked completely against them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it didn't matter. And it's a damn shame because the racing is not
bad.
Not bad. Thank you.
Yeah.
The facility, the actual track is very nice. Super nice. From what I see, it was a major improvement from the year before as far as traffic goes.
Yeah.
They didn't run out of water that I knew of, but that's because a lot of the crowd fucking left. And they did allow you to bring in an unlimited amount of water. Thank God they said they did that a week before the race. They put that rule in effect. It was going to be just one water. I want to know what the hell would have happened there.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
But
then they had the refill stations and those were warm. And it was it's guys, it's so fucking hot out here. You can't make this cold at all, really?
No, not at all. It was an embarrassment. They've improved a lot of things, but they're one major thing that they were hell bent on putting their I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Just the one thing they were hell bent on, digging their heels in about. They fucked up completely.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like you said, it was a safety hazard. It was we saw people passing out. It was 100 degrees outside in the baking in the sun.
I'm amazed.
Waiting to get in the truck.
We did our best to we did our best to keep the ice on her and everything, but still
that is nothing short of a miracle that my mom made it through that. My mom is not she's not
a spring
particularly trooper when it comes to the heat.
Yeah.
But I would love to come back to Nashville, but I don't think I will unless something changes. And that was kind of the consensus we got from everybody there is we want to come back here, but unless something changes, it's just not worth it.
And it's another instance where we've shown that we need night races in the summer. NBC,
TV
Fox.
Be damned.
Yeah. You cannot.
Every day walking out of that track, Xfinity race, we walked out. It was still daylight, but it was sun was going down. Truck race was at night. Cup race obviously ended at night. Perfect weather. Yeah. The perfect weather for a race.
Yeah.
But you because TV, you can't let TV ruin the fan experience. Because if fans don't show up to the track, guess what? Chances are, yeah, a lot of them will be watching on TV, but it's not going to be like.
Well, that'll eventually trickle down too. You'll have the people like us who love going to races, but just get sick of getting disrespected. First of all, because we're not, we're being put in danger by going to these just solely because it's so hot, and then you start, controlling what water they can bring in or coolers, this, that, and the other, and then you put the race at 4 p.m. It's like it's disrespectful is what it is. We pay good money to be there. We take time out of our schedules to be there.
Yep.
And you need to show us some fucking
from
respect.
Far and wide.
Yeah. I flew in the morning to be there. Like, show me some goddamn respect.
Yeah. It was shitty. It was shitty.
Yeah.
But like we said, from what I hear, it was way better than it was the year before. So maybe next year it'll be better than it was here. I'm curious to see what it looks like.
I'll probably
and I hope it's like I want it to succeed because one, it's a nice track, produces solid racing, and the Nashville market is incredible. Like, we went downtown to downtown Nashville Saturday night. Great people, fun atmosphere. I mean, they don't call it Nash Vegas for nothing. It is fun. That is a fun town. Me and Mom went to Tootsie's. First of all, I want to say Tootsie's, awesome bar. Fucking cool as shit. Like, everyone, the whole staff there's amazing, on top of their shit and just nice as could be. The band there, hold on. I want to look up what the band was. I want to give them a shout out. The band that was playing at Tootsie's.
I wish I had time to stop at the airport.
It was
Tootsie's.
Awesome. But just the engagement that the city had in the race was awesome. Was amazing. One second. I'm trying to look up what the
it's pretty clear that Nashville Super Speedway and SMI were just not, in the past 2 years, they haven't been totally prepared to be there. And it's amazing to me that SMI could have a blunder like this.
Yeah, I could understand last year because it wasn't them. But yeah.
And like you said, they got a little bit better, but some of these things are just unacceptable.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm disappointed. I can't seem to find the name of the band that was playing at Tootsie's, and that makes me really sad because they're really cool people. I got to sing arm in arm, sing Sweet Caroline arm in arm with the lead singer of that band. Shout out to the saxophone guy at Tootsie's. And just the city in general. Thank you for getting behind NASCAR, and hopefully we will have a track that can give you the experience that you deserve.
Sorry.
You're fucking spazzing out there, Chief. What are you right?
I was trying to not yawn, and then I yawned with my mouth closed, and then
Jesus Christ.
It was like a pea
about
sugar
to have
almost.
A damn stroke. Holy shit.
Well, if I didn't have a stroke on Sunday, I should be good to go.
Yeah, true. What other racetrack where you go downtown the big city that has a giant, like, fucking 100-foot by 100-foot banner that says Ally 400 on the side of one of your biggest buildings?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, like, not many cities have that. So appreciate them for that. But yeah, that was Vegas.
Nash Vegas.
That was Nash Vegas. It was the race was kind of got put on the back burner just because of the experience. Was kind of not great. I did enjoy sitting in the concourse with Dalton Good and company.
Chanting a chant that would age.
Show your butthole. Oh.
That one, and we got another chant going that really aged like. Really aged like milk.
Like milk. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. I won't talk about it. Shout out Daniel Suarez. Always. You the good homie. You're the good homie. We love you. We saw him on Saturday. Got to give a big hug. Congratulate him on his win. So it was good. Yeah. Sundress. Who you got?
I don't know. I've come up with 3 dumbass candidates, but I really don't know for sundress.
Sundress.
Chase Elliott, baby.
Oh, I got a good sundress. Max Gutierrez from the truck race. He took the number 22 truck that Austin Wayne Self normally drives. He put that truck 8th in the truck race.
All right.
Yeah, I like him for that because Austin Wayne Self would 100% either put that truck in the wall or put it 20th. So that's my sundress.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Dumbass. Who you got? I got some candidates. I got the track. I got 2311 pit crew, obvious choice.
I've got NASCAR.
And what?
Being bent over backwards by the TV network so bad. And not throwing a yellow at the end.
We can't give it to NASCAR every week.
Well, yeah, I have listed down. I have 23 crew, Nashville, and NASCAR.
Okay. All right. Not NASCAR. Nashville and 2311 pit crew. We both had that. All right. We got to debate which one goes on there.
All right. So 23 crew is super easy because I mean, like I think we've done them like 3 times already. They 100% deserve it. Nashville for the experience has to at least get a mention here. That one's probably got to have an upper leg because like they could have killed people.
I feel like we can name. I feel like at the end of the year, the dumbass award maybe can have a new name, or it'll be the 2311 Pit Crew Dumbass Award. It'll be sponsored by them. So yeah, let's go with Nashville.
All right.
We'll call it that from now on.
The 2311 award. The 23 crew award. The 23 crew award.
Also known as the Dumbass Award. So yeah, Nashville Super Speedway, congratulations. You got the Dumbass Award this week.
You have the 23 crew award for this week.
You have the 23 crew award. Bitchin' scale.
All
right,
what's
the top? What's the top?
The top is getting the race restarted after a 4-hour fucking rain delay.
The top for me is gonna be the top 4 of Tootsie's overlooking Broadway.
I'll take your
and
word
drinking a beer and people watching. That was fun.
Fair enough.
And then singing Sweet Caroline. Ba ba ba. Yeah.
Copyright strike.
And the bottom being
getting into Nashville Super Speedway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna put it at a Black Cherry Hard Mountain Dew.
Black Cherry Hard Mountain Dew. That's solid. Solid.
It would be better if it, wasn't zero sugar, but yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I feel like I feel like the race didn't make up for the shitty experience. So I'm gonna put it at a Lebanon McDonald's that gave us the completely wrong order on Sunday morning. That's what I'm going to give it to.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Greg. He was the grasshopper that was in my car when I picked Seth up from the airport on Sunday.
I was like, who the fuck is Greg?
No, but for real, shout out to my boy Caleb. We were on the safari. Oh yeah, we have a abbreviated safari, but a safari. Apologize for that. If you would have been in Nashville, you would understand. We went through the depths of hell just to make it a row back in the parking lot before burning to death. But we got to talk to boy Caleb, JT. I can't remember the Cowboys fan's name. Yeah, he was like so cool too. The whole group.
We're terrible.
Yeah, you'll see the safari. Yeah. Yeah. Great group of people. Really an honor to meet them. He obviously watched the show, knew who I was, so that was cool. It's nice to actually like get recognized at the track. Made me feel special.
And I told your mom later, I said, great. His ego's already here, so fucking now it's gonna be way
up here. But look forward to seeing him at some more races, maybe Daytona, he said. And then gonna see old dude at Hotlanta later on. Ranch water, spicy ranch water. About it.
I'll have to try me one.
Yeah, you gotta try one. It was good. Shout out to JT for that. Dude, we got to see the Neyland Stadium.
Yeah, we did.
That was cool. That was fun. We driving back. We stopped in Knoxville. Got to see Neyland Stadium. Got to see my dog, Old Smokey.
Place looks pretty good for being over 100 years old. Not over 100 years old. Looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, picks for Road America. I picked Kyle Larson. And you picked Kevin Harvick at Nashville. I beat you, so that's nice.
I'll take it.
Yep. Who you got for Road America?
Chase Elliott.
Son of a bitch. Why don't I let you go first? God damn it. Shit. Oh, easy. Ross Chastain.
All right.
Ross Chastain, too. I'm picking for Road America. I like that. Yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
No. Enjoy the abbreviated safari.
Yes. Enjoy the abbreviated safari. It'll be we'll be back in full force at Atlanta.
Try to be
in 2 weeks. Yeah, try to be at least. Yeah. Try not to.
We've gotten way out of practice.
We have gotten way out of practice. We'll be better. We promise.
We were really good when we went to 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we were. I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Go Vols.
It's time for a Buddy Pulley Safari.
This is Buddy. You guys know who I am. This is JT.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. It's hot. It's hot as hell. Hot. But we're gonna cool ourselves off with some spicy ranch water. Get a shot of the can.
Y'all never had this? Ranch waters are great. Spicy ranch waters, much better.
Yeah. Spicy ranch water.
If you like spicy margaritas, spicy ranch waters, good pool beer, good NASCAR beer.
Yes.
You know exactly what you need.
Big spice guys here. Big spice guys here. All right, let's bottoms up, man.
Cheers, man. How is it?
Oh. It's good, man. That's really good.
It's good.
It's like wetter than like water, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's kind of like the ginger beer. You know how it like kind of bites your nose.
What it is.
It's exactly like that, but it's a summer beer.
Y'all don't know anything about this. This is good. This is really good. Thank you for this. Really. Holy shit.
No problem.
Lime juice, jalapeno flavors.
I don't know. It's good.
Agave.
I don't think I've ever looked at what's actually in this. I just drink it.
They got a Longhorn on there. They got a Sun.
I'm horns down all day.
Horns down.
Horns down all
we
day.
are horns down.
The
Vols
real
up.
UT is Tennessee, not Texas.
Tennessee. Go Vols.
Tennessee saved Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're the real T.
There you go.
That's not Tennessee. Or that's not Texas.
That is Tennessee. No.
That is Tennessee, not Texas. Yeah.
There you go, man.
Sorry, I'm a little bit drunk.
I've had a few beers too.
Yeah,
so what's the difference?
Exactly. Yeah. We got our buddy. You want to come on here?
Yeah.
Come here.
Why not?
A resident Kyle Busch fan.
You know it.
Yeah, what's your name, bud?
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
Yep.
Kyle Busch gonna win today?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Did not like what I saw. No.
Did not like what I saw in qualifying.
No. Darth Vader was very mad after he pulled in the garage.
Yeah, he was. But, Kyle Busch,
Yeah. Everything's great, though.
Everything's great when he wins, but, when he finished second, it's a bad day. It's a damper.
It's a bad day to be a Busch, not just a Busch Light, right?
Yeah, true.
Exactly. Well, off the camera, I hope Kyle has a great day. I'd love to see Kyle get out there and give us a bow. JT, what you got to say?
That's me. I'm out here my first race this year. I watch y'all's podcast, and, I was intrigued. I live in Nashville, just down the road from here, and I was intrigued to come out to the race, so here we are, and hell yeah, man.
I was a square. I went to one. I watched it on TV. I was like, I'm going to come in here today. Next thing you know, I lost my virginity. It was crazy. And the porta potty right on the road.
He lost his virginity in a Nashville porta-john. So this guy recognized me for whatever reason. I don't know why he recognized me, but how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I've seen you a lot. I've seen you around, Instagram especially. Shotgunning your beers down the front straightaway, it motivates me.
Yeah.
I got my wife involved in this. We're going to every race. That's amazing.
That's beautiful. We love to bring new people to the racetrack. That's been our big thing this year. We brought 6 or 7 new people to the track. I appreciate you following me on Instagram.
Dude, it's an honor.
Yeah, I appreciate the shotguns. That's all it is. It's to inspire and motivate.
Yeah.
If I can my scrawny ass can shotgun a beer and be good to go the rest of the day, anyone can do it, right?
I could tell the garage guys can't beat you. They're subpar to you. You can do this.
I appreciate that. Hey Dale, you're listening, right?
He's watching.
You're listening, Dale. I got you, man. Next shotgun up, I'll beat your ass.
Number 1 right here.
He's number one. Number 1. You already know. Good buddies with the garage guys.
Oh, yeah.
So they
Awesome
know.
dudes.
They already know. Yeah.
Awesome dudes.
But yeah, Kurt gonna win today?
Kurt is going to win today. I feel he's going to do it. If this weather holds off, he's going to run the wall. If anything like Kansas, he's going to come out number 1. Kurt Busch, number 1 outlaw. Let's go, buddy.
Shit. So you think he's gonna get more than 1 win this year?
Of course. I mean, I don't see him, ending his career anytime soon. But I think he's going to come out. He's got great equipment. He's ready to run. Michael Jordan's here. He's ready to freaking dominate. Yeah. So if he can lead some laps, he'll win this race.
Yeah. Get it shot here. These are the newest Jordans on the market right here, right there. Haven't even been out yet. Haven't even been out there.
I had to take out a loan for these. I had to take out a loan.
$45,000 right there.
$45,000. My wife is very depressed.
Yeah. It's okay. She'll get. She's also depressed because Martin Truex is retiring next year. But she's. You want to bet? Come here. No. Huh? Look, Kevin Harvick hasn't announced he's retiring yet, but I'm preparing. I'm ready. I'm ready for when the day comes. Huh? Next year. After 2023, yeah. My man has the Kyle Busch socks on. We respect the sock game here on the Big Motor Small Blade.
Get here. No car.
This man, he walked through the mountains of Tennessee to get right here to go to Nashville. But yeah, Caleb, and remind me of your name. Jordan. That's it. How could I forget Jordans? We got Caleb, Michael Jordan right here on the Big Motor Small Blade on the Buddy Pulley Safari. It's great. Thank you guys.
It's always a good time.
Cheers.
Cheers.